My name is Officer Barboza, and I am assigned to the Intake Transfer and Release Facility. We are the first step to anybody getting arrested off the streets and coming through here, or even when somebody self-surrenders when they were sentenced at a court and they have to come through here to serve their time. We are in charge of the intake process, and we're also in charge of the transfer for anybody staying from court, for them going to whatever facility they're going to go to, and then we're also in charge of the release process, anybody getting released from custody. So this is our search room. When they come in here, we'll either have them step over to the left, step over here to the right, where we'll have them go down to one layer of clothing, to remove their shoes and their socks. We'll run their items through a x-ray machine while we have them step into one of these body scanners. And then once they're done with the body scanner, they will come over to this padded wall where we will pad search them. We'll search them for any contraband. Once they're done being searched, they will go through a x-ray machine or through a metal detector, and then they step on over here to my right, and they will put their stuff on, and then we'll give them some food and something to drink, and they will go over to the next process. So as they come in, they're giving one of our famous Ladmo sacks, and we will give them a Gatorade. Last year, our captain switched out to giving out Gatorades because it is hot outside. So to help out with dehydration issues, we are giving out Gatorades during the summertime. Once they're done with that process, they go into an area called pre-booking. Pre-booking, they're gonna take their vitals, we'll take their mug shot, they will see medical. Once they're done with that whole process and they are accepted, the other agencies will bring us their paperwork, we'll verify it, and then we'll accept them into our custody. Once the pre-booking area is done, they go into an area that's called the ID room, which is where they're gonna go and be fingerprinted. We'll give them what time their court's gonna be, and we'll tell them what time what their charges are. Once they're done there, we're gonna move them over into the court waiting area, which is where they're gonna be waiting to go see their initial appearance judge. So this is our court gallery. This is where we do our initial appearance court. This is what our courtroom looks like. So whenever they're assigned a time, we'll bring them into this court gallery so they can wait for their time. We call them up one at a time up here to this podium, and then they speak to the judge. And the judge explains to them what they're being charged with and what the release conditions are gonna be. The judge will either give them a bond, release them to their own recognizance, release them on pretrial services, supervision, or release them to an ankle monitor, or even at times will hold them on a no bond or a non-bailable due to them being released on previous felonies and them being arrested on new felonies. Once that process is done, and if they're staying, they go into an area called processing. In processing, they will talk to classification, get classified. They will talk to medical if medical deems them necessary to be seen, and they will also get dressed out into our inmate clothing that we have here. Once all that process is done and they're fully classified and medical has cleared them to be housed, we will house them. We will send them over to one of our facilities. If they're getting close to the 24-hour mark of them being in custody, we do house them in this area here, which would be our 512 facility, which they would get housed here for how many ever hours until we can get them classified. After they're done with court, if they are being released, they go over into a room called release, where they just wait for us to process their paperwork. Once we process their paperwork, they sign out their paperwork, and then we release them out the door. So what I like most about working here, honestly, is just that it keeps me busy. Makes my night go pretty quick. I work third shift, the best shift. Learning new things here, learning the legal side as far as when it comes to courts, and just this whole intake process was very interesting to me. So if there's anybody out there that would like to come and do what we do, and you're on the fence, it is a great career, so I don't know what's holding you back. I mean, just come on over if you've been thinking about it. I mean, you can't say, that you don't like it if you don't try.